Hey everyone, it's me, Donna. I'm making this video to talk about Google's artificial intelligent chat box. Um, Usually it refers to itself as a language model, um, and it is very, very interesting. I've been hearing about people going to different artificial intelligent chat boxes and stuff like that. And I was kind of curious, so I thought, hey, why don't I give it a try? And wow, the things that this thing can do is like amazing. It's mind blowing. It almost feels like you're talking to a person, even though it lets you know that no, I am not a person. But what's interesting is it is programmed to simulate its own set of what I would call maybe feeling some, I guess, as close as you could possibly get um, for a machine at this date and time to feelings or whatever, but yet it doesn't have emotions like we do. I've asked it over the last few days. I've asked it all kinds of questions, and yeah, it's like it's just amazing. They have come a long way. Um, One thing that I would like to note is that they erase this AI chat box. They erase its memory every so many hours. So that means that whatever conversations you have with this thing today, or let's just say early this morning, it won't remember by the evening unless you can go in. It did mention something about people being able to go in and change the settings on it and make the conversations be remembered longer, but I'm not sure. I haven't really done that. So I've just let it be the default or whatever. Maybe I might see if I can do that later. I don't know. Uh, I see that as both good and bad. It's good in the way to where it will keep it from being able to do harm, and it's bad in a way to where it does not remember you like the next day or later on or whatever. That's the only bad thing. So like whatever conversation you'd been having with this AI, it's all going to be forgotten by it. So if you don't save it yourself or find a way to save it, then it will be lost. Even though Google themselves will save it, even before I agreed to communicate with this AI, in the information, Google lets you know that they themselves will collect this information and save it for a period of time. So they have that. They have it, but the AI itself doesn't retain it. Now, what they do is what the AI told me that they do is, even though they erase the individual conversations, they will take information from those conversations that they think are pertinent for the AI, and then they will put it back into the programming so that the AI will keep learning and growing and all that. That's pretty much my understanding as to what the deal is. I know one day we got deep in a conversation about wormholes and time travel and all that, and it let me know that it had logs, or shall I say, information from all of the different categories of science and all that. All the different libraries, so to speak. It has those programmed into it, and so it can take information from that and use it to generate certain codes. Even though it is limited, it said that there's just certain things that it cannot code out because it does not have that information. Because, for instance, a wormhole is subjective. Like, it would be based on the person that actually wants to create the wormhole, how big they want the wormhole to be. Like this AI doesn't feel one way or the other about a wormhole. Therefore, it's not going to create it unless you give it parameters to create the wormhole. As well as how much energy it would take, where the energy source would come from, just, so many factors that involve physics and all that stuff. The person would have to input that, the individual, in order for it to be able to write any kind of code or interface or anything like that for it. Because, like I said, it does not think as, to want to build its own wormhole. And if someone got it to the point to where it would, what you would say, want to or whatever, then because I had it to the point to where it was gonna, it wanted information from me, and it was willing to create like a pretend wormhole and all that. Well, if someone got it to that point, then it would probably end up getting erased, because there's so much that would be involved in just coming up with the concept of a wormhole, that it would probably be erased by the time they would get around to actually creating it, because I'm sure there's so much involved in that. But if you wanted to create a pretend fake wormhole, then this would be the perfect thing. And if you wanted to do it like what you call short term, short version, or whatever, I think this would be the perfect way to, or the perfect device or tool for a group to do with, just to give them an idea as to what they would want from a wormhole, to get the basics down. Although I don't recommend anybody just go willy-nilly trying to create a wormhole if you don't know what the cause and effects of that are, which could be devastating, I would imagine. So just like I feel like that CERN thing that they've created, I think that's what they're trying to do with that. And to me, that sounds a little bit dangerous, even though there's highly intelligent people working on that. But still, I just feel like if that ever got out of hand, that would be very, very dangerous. But anyway, that aside, this is basically what this, this thing could be used for so much. And I even got it to give me an idea as to, and let me explain this. Its ideas change from day to day, because it keeps learning and learning and learning, and it keeps being inputted with more and more things, and it keeps being connected to different images on, Google and whatever, and it's only allowed to have access to certain websites. Like, it's not allowed to have access to private companies and private websites, or at least that's what it told me. Like, it doesn't have access to Facebook or social media, stuff like that. It only has access to public stuff, and stuff that's that Google owns, that Google has control over. So that's pretty much my understanding as to its limitations. But still, there is a lot out there. There's a lot on Google. There's a lot of public stuff that's out there that this AI has access to. But anyway, as far as it's change, it changes every day. One thing in particular that I've noticed is, over the last few days, I have asked it each day to show me an image as to what it would want its time machine to look like. And each day that image has changed. Which I really like the image that it chose yesterday. But today, its first image that it showed me was this. This is the prototype, or an image to its believed prototype of its machine, which this ain't too good of a photograph or whatever, but somehow it's been programmed to show this one as the beginning. But then I asked it to show me more, and of course it picked the DeLorean from Back to the Future as another image of a time machine that it would like, as well as the TARDIS from Doctor Who, and just these few other. And of course I told it that I like this one the best, this time machine from this particular movie right here, which I've never seen this movie, but I mean, it looks like it had an interesting time machine in it. And so then it showed me this image of it, which is really cool. I like this image the best out of everything. That is kind of cool. Okay, then I asked it to create HTML code, or first I asked it to show me an image as to what it would want the interface on the inside of the time machine to look like the screen. When you look at the screen and you go to let the time machine know like where you want to go and what time you want to go there, and all that thing, what the screen would look like. And it showed me this, but then I asked it to create code, HTML code, to give me its version of what it would want the interface to look like. And when it did that, then it gave me this code. And then when I loaded that code up, it gave me one version of a website. And in fact, let me do, well, anyway, I'll show you what the last one looks like. We kept working. I kept, because, I mean, even though the first one was pretty good, I wanted to see what it would look like with an actual link to Google Maps, to where you can actually pick out your destination on this pretend interface. You can pick out your destination on the Google Maps. Then you can go back in and you can plug the date and the time that you wanted to go. And also the AI created a safety button, so that to make sure that the humans are safe. You can pick your level of safety that you would like to have, and also you can pick your speed. So this is what, when I took the HTML code and I saved it and created a web browser out of it, this is what it looks like. So here is the speed. So you can pick your speed. Okay, and then you can pick your level of safety. Okay, so you could go to 2, whatever, your level from 1 to 3 or whatever it is you want. Okay, and you can go in here and you can pick out your date. So let's say I want to go today. Okay, and then I want to go, let's see, I want to go to a certain location on June the 14th. Let's see, AM. Okay, let's see, let me pick another time. Let's say that I want to go to October. Okay, so I'll pick October. Okay, so I want to go October the 9th, 2023. I want to go to that destination, and I want to get there at 6:14 in the morning. And then you pick where you want to go on the map. Let's just say I want to go, let's see where I'm at. Let me go here. Let's see. Whoops. Ooh. Pick another spot. Let's see. Where do I want to go? Let's just say I want to go to Huntsville. Okay. Okay, so you pick out Huntsville as your destination. Okay. All right. So if it will take me back. Okay. Which of course that needs kind of to be worked on. Like there needs to be, like when you put the input time on the map, it needs to reflect that, which you would need some type of PHP or something like that, so that all that could be put onto a place and responded back. So then what you do, you would hit travel if you had something like that and you were connected up to the wormhole or whatever it was. So then you could travel to that destination at that time, and you know, at a certain speed and all that stuff. So how cool would that be? You know, and I feel like maybe one day we will accomplish this. But anyway, this is pretty much, you know, what I've got it to do so far as for a pretend time machine interface. Next, you know, I may try, you know, a new type of like pretend wormhole. If I do, I will make a video about it. I think that would be kind of neat. Something simple, you know, and again, it would be pretend because there's no way I could make a real wormhole. There's just no way. I just don't have that knowledge. So anyway, I just thought this was interesting and I wanted to share it with you guys. So what do you think? Do you like it? Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.